unemployment is at an unprecedented rate right now. Joining us with 3 things you can do if you lost your job is generational consultant and millennial career coach Lindsay Borcaro. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. A lot of it is because I am still employed, as is my wife. So we're comfortable. But again, hundreds of thousands without work. What should they be doing right now?
Yep. Now, the first thing I would say that you can do is revamp your resume. Now, I know some of you, as soon as you heard me say the R word, you thought, oh, please, I can't do that. I don't want to do that right now. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can start building one. There's plenty of templates online. If you just Google resume template, just find one that's easy to read. That's a big piece. And have a career coach, professional resume writer, even anyone that you know in the HR world help you out if you're feeling stuck. A lot of us, we weren't sitting around polishing our resume 2 months ago, so you might just feel absolutely overwhelmed by that step. That would be normal. Have somebody help you do that. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Number 2, what you can do is update your LinkedIn profile. It's really proof of who you are for other people to go and check. Make sure you update that about section that's kind of at the top, and then your recommendations, because people who are hiring are going to go and say, is this a real person? Do people work with them? Do they like them? They're going to check that and make sure that you are real online. And make sure you engage there. It's really how you get to this third piece, which is to network and reach out. It's kind of, when you're already overwhelmed and you've lost your job, the last thing you want to hear is like, go make a document, a resume, and now go reach out to people. It's hard to do, but I know you can do it. And there are people every day getting jobs through LinkedIn. And so we want to reach out and tell people exactly the role that you're looking for. You can talk about what you want to do and then the company that you want to work at. It could be as easy as saying, I'm looking for a role in HR at a small tech company here in Indianapolis. My ideal company would be Lesson Leave. Something that simple will help people help you through this. You really want to be networking and telling people what you're looking for. At least find one new person a day in the field or the industry that you're interested in to help spread the word. The New York Times said that we each know around 600 people. And if you think about it, those 600 people know 600 people more. And so we all have a network around 360,000 people that could help us just one step away. And one thing that I love about Indy is that we are a big little city. So you have a good chance of knowing someone who knows the right person. So we're all only a few steps away from the next job. And ultimately, that's why this piece of networking and connecting and reaching out matters. It's because most jobs, can you believe this, Tracy? 70 to 80% of jobs are unlisted. They're filled by word of mouth. So when you apply for a job on the internet, if you go to like a search engine and apply for a job and you don't have any connection, there's a very low chance that you're going to get noticed, even if you're qualified for the job. If you don't have a personal connection in that company, it's going to be hard to be noticed. So having a resume and LinkedIn, those are great, but they're not enough. There's this other piece of it where we have to find it in ourselves, find the courage to take initiative and reach out, connect with one person a day, tell them what you're looking for. There's plenty of people in Indianapolis who want to help each other. I love the hospitality that we have here and the warmth that we have here in Indianapolis. So find people that will help you. Connections are what matter most right now.
I was just going through the microfiche in my head because that's how old the tech is in my head. I've never gotten a job in broadcasting the traditional way.
That's right.
Quick story, I had graduated college, I couldn't find work, and I drove by a blood bank, and they were giving away ice cream if you donated blood, and I went in and I was donating ice cream, and the radio station I had done an internship 2 years before happened to be broadcasting live there. And the guy was on the air. He was the program director. He's like, hey, what are you doing now? I'm like, I'm giving blood. He's like, no, for a job. What are you doing now? And I said, I got nothing. And he said, come in on Monday. And I came in on Monday, and then we had to backtrack because he offered me a job, but then he needed a resume to put on the file. And I think a point about the networking, that might make people uncomfortable too, but you're not talking schmoozing. You're not talking being over the top. You're just talking about connection and sharing a little bit of your story and where you are. And like you said, they might know somebody or know somebody that knows somebody.
Yep, very common, more common than just going online and applying and hoping that they see your resume.
Right.
Because we do online applications, there's thousands and thousands of people applying to the same job, and it's a robot that's screening your resume, your cover letter, no one is sitting there really thinking, is this the right person? That's not how that process works. It's so much better to do what you did. Donate blood and get the job at your old radio station. That's the goal here.
I appreciate the goal there. So how are you doing? You all right?
I'm doing good. Yeah, we're making it through this a little bit every day, making kind of little adjustments, you know. I'm sure that you're experiencing that with your family too, but every day if we can just tweak a little bit more to make us more comfortable and feel more connected to each other and stable and calm, that's what we're trying to do. Little wiggle every day.
Now, real quickly, I remember my father telling me that when you don't have a job, your job is to find a job. That's how you should approach it. But with the situation we're in, the pandemic, people could probably overwhelm themselves if they're too intense about searching constantly.
Exactly. The best, if you're like, I need to get a job, the best thing you can do is not spend all your time searching for available positions, but go and talk to people you know. Tell them, these are my skills, this is my history, this is where I'm looking to work. Get that, spend time doing that, and then exactly what you said, we've got to have boundaries around that to rest, because the last thing you want to do is meet someone when you're all frazzled and overwhelmed. And so just keeping a work pattern that feels normal and good, where you're not staying up all night, is important. And nowadays too, there's a ton of side hustles that you can be doing, working as, you know, delivery for groceries, things like that. So even jobs like that, if you're just trying to get something to fill the gap, you can look for jobs that just don't take a full-blown resume and all that to make happen.
And it's still broadening your network. Lindsay, thank you so much. Appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
All right, we'll put the link on indystyle.tv. Stay safe.